Sonakshi told us something interesting that her father was offered Ittifaq and he
The
could
original.
at the original and he couldn't do it. And at that juncture, it wasn't possible, and therefore, then the cast changed.
Yeah.
And then also, her mother did one of her first shooting days of her career with BR Films. So it's amazing how it's a full circle, and how she's in Ittifaq today with the given
Yeah,
circumstances.
and my parents actually went and saw the film at that time. Yeah. So Ittifaq. So it is a full
Yes.
circle.
And my dad did Ravi sir's first film, and I'm doing Boo's first film.
Great. So, so
Ittifaq
we have at the two ends of our panel, we have two non-nepotistic people, and the remaining in the center are brand ambassadors of nepotism. Siddharth Malhotra and Shah Rukh Khan do not represent nepotism, which also speaks volumes about how both can work equally, efficiently, and correctly, right or not?
Karan से मैं इत्तेफाक से ही मिला था. When his father got him on the, is it right, Karan Arjun? I was shooting Karan Arjun and मैं SG से बात कर रहा था, and he had got his roly-poly son along. And he said, "Ye mera beta." At that time, he didn't want to be in films, I think. He didn't want to make films. And I think perhaps more than me, perhaps Adi, but even being in touch with me kind of convinced him that ठीक है मैं फिल्में बनाता हूँ because my dad is, and I still remember his dad was also not so keen because he wasn't keen. So I think ये इत्तेफाक की बात है कि हम लोग एक जगह पर अजीब से मिले. मैं जाती हूँ मैं गाना कर रहा था. And he met me and he thought, I think my shoes or my shirt wasn't well-fitting, or he found me not fashionable enough.
He was wearing an orange denim
Yeah,
shirt,
so
and
denim
I
shirt.
called up Kajal that morning because I knew she was on set. My father wanted me to go on that film set, and he was like, "Aja mere saath, you must take rounds with me. Producers rounds lete hain, har jagah jate hain, you must come with me." तो जाती हूँ मैं, तो मैंने काजल को बोला that I don't know anybody on set. She said, "Yeah, come there. The song is going on and on and on for 8 days. So you come and we'll sit together." Then I met Shah Rukh, and my impression of movie stars up to that point was like that, they and especially Shah Rukh, there were lots of stories about like, oh, he's like, which I've written in my book about the first time I even saw him. I have to say it now because I'm talking about it. But I went for a screen test for a TV serial that I was acting in. It was called Indradhanush. I was sitting in a room and it was 10 o'clock and the director was Anand Mehndru. He hadn't stepped out till about 2. And opposite me there was a man who was drinking tea and doing the crossword for 4 hours. I didn't know who he was. Anand Mehndru walks out after 4 hours, goes across the room and goes to this gentleman who's standing there. He says, "So sorry, मैं late हो गया." Late हो गया meaning 4 घंटे late is not being late, but anyway, it's being on another level of late. But this man just stood up and said, no, it's okay. I like the chai in your office and I wanted to finish the crossword. And I don't want to do this serial. I just came to tell you that. So he said, "You waited 4 hours to tell me you don't want to do a serial." So he said, "Yeah, but I just like the tea in your office." And anyway, that man left and Anand Mehndru came towards me. He said, "Ow, I'm so happy to see you. You're quite fat," because he wanted a really fat boy for the part. So I said, "Thank you. I'm really quite fat." And so he said, I said, "Does that mean I got the part?" He said, yeah, you are getting the part. But look at that man. You know who he is? I said, "No, he's saying he's an actor called Shah Rukh Khan." So I said, "Oh, I don't know." He said he's done a serial called 4G and he's stupid to let go. Look at this boy. I'm going to make him into a big star. He's going to do it. And I looked at that man and yeah, I was like, cool. And he said that Shah Rukh Khan ka kuch nahi hoga. That was my memory of Shah Rukh Khan, who was on the first time. And then I meet him in 1993, like about 5 years later. And he was warm and he was so wonderfully respectful to my father. And I think he had me at hello just that day. That was my big ittifaq moment.
शाहरुख, बॉलीवुड में 25 साल हो गए, आपको क्या कहना चाहेंगे? इसलिए भी ये ईद खास होने वाली है आपके लिए?
I think मुझे परसों मालूम पड़ा कि 25 साल हो गए. मुझे अभी भी पूरा कैलकुलेशन नहीं मालूम है किस हिसाब से 25 साल हुए. मुझे ऐसा लगता है 26 से 27 हो गए. बट इट फील्स वेरी गुड यार. आधी ज़िंदगी निकल गई. आई बी 52 दिस ईयर. सो हाफ माई एज इज़ गॉन. मैं ये सर्विस कर रहा हूँ कि एक्टिंग कर रहा हूँ और अपने लिए भी की मैंने बहुत. अपने लिए भी बहुत नाम कमाया, खुशी कमाई. और फिर अब मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैं ऐसा काम करता रहूँ कि लोग उस काम से खुश हों. सो 25 साल इज़ अ लॉन्ग टाइम यार. I was sitting with my family the other day and I was discussing, and that's half my lifetime. So it's a lot of good wishes and I can only thank people. सिर्फ मैं शुक्रगुजार हो सकता हूँ सबका कि इतने सालों तक मुझको बेयर किया है और इतने प्यार से बेयर किया है और इतनी खुशी से बेयर किया है. So thank you everyone and I'm really, really grateful.